All right, so again, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Momentum Breakout course orientation. My name is Kelsey and I will be your presenter. The intention of this orientation is to introduce you to the program and get you started with your resources. So we're going to focus on some main points related to your education today. These main points are pretty detailed though, so I'll be going through this at a fairly steady pace. As we are moving through this information, if you have questions about what I'm going over, or if you need my help with anything, reach out to me through the chat box and let me know. That way I can be sure your questions are getting answered to ensure you're getting the information that you need. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at our agenda for this orientation today. We'll start by logging into the online university. Once we're logged in, we'll take a look at the Momentum Breakout course page, and we'll take a look at Analyst on Demand. We'll then go through the installation of the charting software. I will introduce you to MTI's Facebook group page and then the mobile app. Then we'll wrap up with a quick review of your education order form and of course just a few last tips to get you started. Now I know this looks like a lot to cover within an hour, so keep in mind once the orientation is over today, I will email you a recording of the orientation. So if you got behind on any main points, you'll be able to watch the recording to review. All right, so as I said, the first thing we're going to do here today is we're going to log into the online university. I've just provided the address for you on the screen. This is what you'll need to type into your browser to pull up the university page. Or, if it makes it easier for you guys, I've just provided a link there in the chat box that you can click on. Selecting that link will open up the university. Now I know computer knowledge, computer comfort is different for everyone. Some of you may be very comfortable with computers, some of you may be very new to computers. Please follow along how you will be most comfortable. If you know how to watch the presentation and pull up your browser in the background, it can be a good idea because that way you can let me know if your logins aren't working or if you do need any help. But for now, if it's easier for you to just watch and take notes on the information we're going over, that's okay too. Please, as I said, follow along how you will be able to retain the information. Remember though, if you are just taking notes today, make sure you're writing down the address on the screen, make sure you write down the login information we go over. These are all things you're going to need to use later on when you're actually ready to access the education. All right, so at this time, you guys should be seeing the main page that comes up for the online university. When you reach this page, your first step will be to come up to the top and find where it says Login. So you're just looking for the one word by itself. And it's going to be up towards the top of the page, closer to the left-hand side. Again, you're just looking for the one word. It says Login. When you find the word login, you'll click on it, and this will redirect you to the page that asks for your username and your password. Now, if any of you are logging in for the very first time, you need to enter your full email address as the username, and for the password, you will type in password 1. Now, just to clarify that, that's going to be the word password followed by the number 1. Now, once you're done filling out the username and password, your next step will be to click on the arrow to the right. You can see when you put your cursor over the arrow, that bar there turns orange. That's what you'll click on to get to the next page. Again, for anyone logging in for the first time, when you do click on that arrow, the next page should have you change the password for the university. Alright guys, so once you've gotten through the whole process of logging in and changing the password, your next step will be to come up to the top and find the My Courses tab. So this will be towards the top middle of the page. This tab just says My Courses. When you find the My Courses tab there, you'll click on it, and this brings you to your My Courses page. This page will show you pictures for each of the courses that you are currently enrolled in. Within each picture, you'll see the name of the course. And for today's orientation, you do need to find the picture that says Momentum Breakout course. Okay, this picture has a blue background, and in white letters it says Momentum Breakout. When you find this picture, you'll click on it, and this will bring you to that course page. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the whole layout of this page. From top to bottom, I'm going to make sure you guys understand how it's set up and everything you need to do before you actually start attending the live sessions. Now, the first thing I want to point out on this page is there's the menu here on the right-hand side. It's just very small. It's a very small menu. Most of the things in this menu will be covered when we run through the course page, so I'm not going to give you the same information twice. Rather, I really just want to show you one thing in this menu that's important. The very last tab there says 4X Foundations. So for this education, it's important that you do know the basics of the foreign exchange and the basics of our strategies and our education. Now, if any of you have already gone through the Ultimate Traders package, then you've already gone through those 12 basic lessons and you already know the things that you need to get started. So you're ready to move forward with the Momentum Breakout course. But just in case any of you have not yet done the Ultimate Traders package, what we've done is we've provided the 12 basic lessons right here under the Forex Foundations tab. So if you click on that tab, a small menu opens up, and the first link there says Forex Foundations course. This link will redirect you so that you can get access to just the 12 lessons. Those are important, and we're going to talk about this more later on. So I won't get into great detail right here, but I just wanted to make sure you knew where the 12 lessons were located so you know where to find them later on. All right, now as we continue down the page, the section I really want to start off at here when we scroll down is the one that says Course Resources. Under Course Resources, you have 3 blue links. These are very important to the Momentum Breakout course. These are things that you're going to use quite a bit. So I'm going to run through these to make sure you understand what each link is for. The first link there says Download Momentum Breakout Manual. The manual is going to be very helpful throughout this whole education. It's a great way to refer to information if you forget something or if you just want to review again while you're listening to an instructor or you're watching a lesson. This manual, you can pull it up and you can look back on the strategy information or on anything provided to you in that manual. Okay, so it's a very, very helpful tool. Just underneath that, there's a link for the Momentum Breakout PIP Tracker. So let me just open it up real quick and show it to you. It's got several tabs across the bottom that you can toggle between for the different pairs, depending on which one you want to look at. Basically, this is a spreadsheet which provides a way to track how the Momentum Breakout trading strategies are profiting by currency pair. You can see an overview of total pips gained, or you can view all of the trades taken on that currency to see how each trade performed. It's a great way to get an idea of what currencies our experts are using this strategy on and how profitable the currencies are as well. All right, you're going to learn a lot more about this as you move through the education, but that's a basic explanation of what the PIP tracker is, and you will be using it quite a bit as you go through the sessions. All right, back here on the course page, the very last blue link here under the course resources says Access the Student Success Journey Roadmap. Now, this is a really helpful tool, so let me just pop it open here and show you what it looks like. As I mentioned earlier, there are those 12 basic Forex Foundation lessons. There are also, I believe, 9 lessons for the Momentum Breakout course. It is completely up to you how you want to go through the lessons. Some students prefer to do things their own way, and that's okay. This education was created for you to do just that. But if you want to see how we recommend you go through the lessons, this roadmap was created to show you just that. What it does is it takes those Momentum Breakout course lessons and it intertwines them with the lessons for the Forex Foundations so that you can see how the information ties together. So it's a really great way to kind of go in between all of the lessons and see how everything works together with this Momentum Breakout course. Okay, so again, completely up to you, but if you want to follow it how we would recommend, that's what the roadmap is for. And again, it will always be available here under the course resources. You're certainly welcome to save it as a download, or you can print it if you'd like, but you can always get these course resources right here on the course page. All right, so as we continue down the page, the next section we come to says Access the SSL Automated System. Basically, the automated system is something you're going to set up within the charting software. What this section here is to show you the steps you need to do. So part 1 goes over downloading the automated system within the charting software, and part 2 shows you how to apply the SSL automated system to a chart. Now again, you're going to get a lot more training on this as you move through the education. This isn't the only training you'll get, but if you need a reference or if you forget one of the steps, this is here for you to come back and look at the steps again. Okay, so again, as we continue down the page, we've now reached the section for those 9 lessons that I was just talking about from the roadmap. What we've done is we've broken down the core concepts of the momentum breakout trading into just 9 short lessons. Each lesson provides insight into how the sentiment strength line and the micro price detector differs from traditional Japanese candlestick analysis and the strategies used with these powerful tools. So all of that will be taught to you in these 9 lessons. Now just a quick side note, sentiment strength line is often referred to as SSL, and micro price detector is also referred to as MPD. They're a bit of a mouthful to say, so we kind of shorten them up. So if you hear someone say SSL, it's the sentiment strength line, and if you hear MPD, it's referring to the micro price detector. Okay, so again, as we continue down the page, the next section we come to is for the Momentum Breakout Live class. So hopefully you've kind of noticed by now the way we're going through the page, everything is set up for you to literally do in order from the top of the page down to the bottom. So you go through your course resources, get those set up how you want them, set up the automated system in the charting software, go through the lessons, follow the roadmap if you'd like. Once all of the lessons are complete, you're ready for the 4-hour class. Now in this class, you will learn how to analyze the market using the SSL and the MPD. In addition to those tools, you'll learn the core strategies for trading both of these powerful indicators. You will also learn how to analyze and trade the market from both a technical and fundamental perspective, how you can use them with multiple trading styles, and how you can combine the SSL and the MPD into a powerful trading strategy. So all of this, and again, a lot more will be covered during this 4-hour class. It's so great because you actually have a live instructor you'll be working with, so you can ask questions, you have a real person, it's not just a video. Now there are 2 ways you can attend this class. So the first link there says click here to access the Momentum Breakout Live class. So when I click on that, it does redirect me to the page that shows me the upcoming dates for the live class. We have 3 in the system right now. There's one on Monday, April 3rd, there's one on Wednesday, April 12th, and there's one on Tuesday, April 25th. So there's quite a few coming up in the month of April. If for any reason you cannot attend the live class, if you miss a date, if it's just too far away and you don't want to wait that long, we record them. So the other option here is to access the archive. Just underneath the link for the live class is the link for the live class archive. Basically what happens is every time we record one of these live classes, you can see the last one happened on the 16th of this month, we take that recording and we break it up into 4 separate videos so that you can go through them at your own pace. So you can see right here from the 16th we have 4 separate videos labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can go through them and watch them to learn obviously the same exact information you would have as if you were attending live. Also remember, you guys have unlimited re-attendance to this live class, so you can watch the recordings as many times as you'd like, you can attend the live class as many times as you'd like. It is here for you to get a refresher whenever you need. Okay, coming back now to the course page. Once we've gone through all of that, the lessons, the 4-hour class, you are ready for the live sessions that happen. Here it says Monday and Tuesday, but actually it's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So the last section here on the page, you can see there's a kind of a reminder sentence. It tells you, there we go. It tells you it's every Monday and Tuesday, but just remember that is actually now 3 times a week. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I do want to clarify the times because it can be a bit confusing looking here. It looks like it's the same time every day, but it's a little different. So on Mondays, it's from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Quick side note, any times you see here, they're based on Eastern time. That's the time in Florida. So just want to remind you of that in case you are in a different time zone. You do need to convert the times you're seeing. But again, every Monday it will be in the morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Every Tuesday it's going to be in the evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Thursdays it's back in the morning again at 7 a.m. So I just want to make sure that's clear and there's no confusion. On Mondays it's in the morning at 7, Tuesdays it's in the evening at 7, and then on Thursdays it's in the morning again at 7 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to click on the link really quickly for the live training sessions. This page is going to look just like the page for the live 4-hour class, but this one is specific to the live sessions on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. There's one other thing I want to clarify for you. You can see here, as I mentioned, all of the sessions are preset in the system, ready to go when the time comes up. The join buttons are grayed out right now. That's because you cannot actually click on them until it's time for you to attend the session. It usually doesn't open up until about 15 minutes before the session begins. So I just want to make sure that there's no confusion on that, because sometimes students, they get nervous, they panic because they'll come in 30 minutes early or 20 minutes early and they see the join button isn't there to click on yet and they don't understand what's going on or why. So just to make sure it's clear, the join button is not actually available to click on until about 15 minutes before the session begins. Now again, if you miss a session, or if you want to watch a session again, because you can do that, we do record them. So coming back to the course page, the very last link on the page is to access the recordings of those live sessions. And again, this page is going to look just like the archive for the 4-hour class, but it is specific to the live sessions. So every single one of them will be recorded. Every time a session is recorded, it will get set into the archive here. You can see the one from yesterday, 328, is here, ready to go, ready to watch. So they'll upload them as quickly as they can. They try to do it within the same day, but sometimes depending on what's going on in that day or what happens, the longest you'll ever see it take will be the following day that video will be up and available for you to watch. All right, guys, that is the layout of the course page. So again, I know it looks like a lot, but everything is laid out in order for you to do. Just follow the page from top to bottom and you'll be ready for the sessions. Let's actually go back to the top of this page because there's one thing I want to kind of point out for you guys real quick. Something we skipped are these 4 colored circles here on the page. There's an orange one, a green one, a pink one, and a blue one. These are quick links, so I'm going to explain them really, really fast for you so you know what these quick links do. The orange circle there with the green arrow in it, this gives you access to the download page for the charting software. We are going to go through that today. We'll be covering that in a little bit, but just for now know that this is where you'll find the download. The next circle there, the green one, this is a quick link that takes you down the page to where the steps for the automated system are located. So if you need that information, instead of having to scroll through the page, you can click on that green circle and it'll take you right down to where that information is. The pink circle will take you right down to where the lessons are located, the 9 lessons for the Momentum Breakout course. And the blue circle there, clicking on it takes you all the way down to the 2 live sections of the course page. You have the live class and you have the live sessions. All right, so again, quick links, just easy ways to get around the page without having to scroll around all the time. Okay, now something else that's really important for you guys to know that I want to point out is where to find access to product support. We're going to return back up here to the very top middle of the page where we found the My Courses tab earlier. To the right of that, you can see there are more options. One of the options says Support. All right, so this is very important, guys. I do definitely recommend you guys remember this Support tab because this tab gives you a menu, and the first option in the menu there is Product Support. As you move through the education, if you have any technical issues come up that you cannot resolve on your own, again, specifically with this education, reach out to Product Support. Product Support is the team that needs to assist you with resolving those issues. All right, so very important. Remember where to find the Product Support link. This link will give you access to all of their contact options. Okay, so we have a few more things to cover today. I'm going to show you Analyst on Demand. I'm going to show you where to find and how to process the installation for the charting software, things like that in the next half hour or so. But before we get into that information, I do want to pause for just a few minutes. I know we've covered a lot so far, so I want to give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions you may have about what we've covered up to this point. So if you have a question or if there's something you need help with, again, there is a chat box there in the webinar. Open up it says there's two different ones. I think there's a questions box and there's a chat box. Open up whichever one you want, type in your questions, send those to me. That way I can make sure you're getting the help you need and I will be able to respond back to you through the chat box. Okay, so again, to give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions you have before we move on to our next topics, we're going to pause right here for just a few minutes. All right, guys, thank you so much for your patience there. I appreciate it. Again, I just wanted to pause, make sure that no one had any questions before moving on. So we're going to go ahead and get into our last few topics now. First thing I want to show you really quickly is how to access Analyst on Demand. Now this is really cool because recently we've made some changes as to how everything's accessed. Used to be you'd have a whole different login, go to a whole different page, and go through, all this craziness just to find Analyst on Demand. That is no more. It has now been integrated into the university, so you no longer have to try to search around different places. It's just a simple click and you'll be on Analyst on Demand. So I'm going to show you right now where to find that. Coming back up again to the top of the page where we found the My Courses tab and the Support tab, you'll see to the right of that at the very end is a tab that says Analyst on Demand. Now this tab, if you put your cursor over it, it is going to give you a small menu, but you don't even have to worry about the menu. If you just click on Analyst on Demand, it will immediately redirect you. So this is going to give you access to live feeds with lead analysts. Basically, you'll have access to see a lead analyst take a step-by-step approach to whatever subject they're covering at the time they are on. So you can see here it's showing you right now, when we clicked on Analyst on Demand, the first thing that pops up is it's going to show you what the next session will be. The next session is going to be the Tokyo kickoff session, and it's going to start in about an hour and a half from now. So there's a button there that lets you register for it. If the session had already started, there would be a second button you could click on that says Join Session Already in Progress. So it's really simple, really easy to use. Now you can see here we have the pictures of our 4 analysts. These are our 4 lead analysts. Right above their pictures is a gray bar that gives you access to some tabs. The only one we're going to worry about right now, because the main thing you need is just Analyst on Demand. So the only thing you're going to worry about right now is the option there that says Schedule. If you click on Schedule, what this does is at the bottom of the page when you scroll down, it opens up the schedule for Analyst on Demand showing you all of the upcoming sessions. This is really helpful because Analyst on Demand is open pretty much the entire week. It opens at 2 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday morning, and it will not actually close again until 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. So because it is open for such a long time, this schedule is awesome. It gives you a full breakdown of all of the live sessions that are coming up throughout the rest of this week and the next week. You can click through the different dates. So you can see here, for instance, if I click on Thursday, March 30th, it's going to reset it. And when I scroll back down to the bottom again, all of tomorrow's sessions are right here for me to see. Looking through the different sessions here, if you go all the way down the line to the end, you can see at the end of each session there's a little black circle with a white arrow in the middle, kind of looks like a play button. If there's a session you want to see, if it's you know, an important one, you really want to see it, you don't want to miss it, if you click on that button, that black circle there, it will register you for that session, and then when it comes time for you to attend it, you'll get a reminder. I believe it's just a reminder email, but it will let you know that is coming up and that you wanted to attend it, so that letting you know that you're registered for it. So it's just so very easy, very user-friendly, and it's a great way to keep up with the different live sessions you have included in Analyst on Demand. All right, and that's all for Analyst on Demand. Again, it's so much easier now. It's a simple click and you're there. So the next thing we're going to get into is accessing and setting up the charting software. So again, from where we are here, we're going to come back up to the top middle where the My Courses tab is located, Support tab. This time we're going for the tab that says Resources. Putting your cursor over that Resources tab is going to open up a pretty large menu underneath. We're going to select the 4th option in the menu. So if you count down from the top to the 4th option, it says Ultimate Charting Software Download. So this is another way to access the download page for the charting software. There are quite a few different ways to get it, quite a few different links, but these are just a couple of them. All right, so again, under the Resources tab there, I'm going to click on the link that says Ultimate Charting Software, and this will bring me to the download page. Now you guys don't have to process it right now if you don't have the device you'll be putting it on, or if you'd rather just kind of see how to do it so you can process it later, that is perfectly fine. But if you do want to process it along with me, and if it does make it easier for you, I've just added the link there in the chat box. You can click on that link and it will open up the page that's now showing on my screen. Now on this page, there is an orange bar that says Download. Our first step will be to click on this bar, which will then cause it to pop up somewhere on the screen showing that it is being downloaded. Where it pops up will depend on the browser that you're using for, though. So just as an example, I am using Google Chrome. Chrome will show me in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen that it's being downloaded, and I'll be able to open that once the download is complete to then move forward with the installation. So of course if you're using a different browser, it may come up somewhere else on the screen, whether it's a different corner, it may even pop up in the middle of the screen. It just depends. Different browsers will do things different ways, but you should see it come up somewhere. My download usually runs really quick. It's already done. It's already ready for me to open up. So to open the download, I'm going to click on it. Whenever you open your download, you may get a window asking if you want to allow the following program to make changes to your computer. If you get this window, you need to click on the Yes button. Clicking on Yes gives your computer permission to start the installation process. Okay, so once you've given your computer permission, a new window opens up. This window says Welcome to Ultimate Charting Setup, and at the bottom there is a button that says Install. So our next step is to click on the Install button, and this will then run the system through the rest of the installation process. Alright, so my installation is done. The final window has come up. It says Completing Ultimate Charting Setup, and at the bottom there is a button that says Finish. So our last step is to click on the Finish button. This will close out the installation and should automatically open the login window for the charting software. Now logging into the charting software for the very first time, you will enter your full email address as the username and password 1 as the password. Once you've filled out the username and password, you'll click on Login. It should have you change the password, and then the charting software will open. Now, we're not going to go into great detail within the charting software for today. I just had a few things I wanted to make sure you were aware of so you know how to get started when you are ready. So we've gone through the installation process. I just showed you how to log in. The last thing I'm going to show you today within the charting software is where to find the tutorial videos. So we're going to come up to the top left-hand side of the page. Across the top, you'll see there are several tabs, and one of the tabs says Help. If you click on the Help tab, a long bar will open up underneath. In this bar, you can see there are more options. One of those options says Tutorials. So this is where you'll find the tutorial videos for the charting software. Very, very helpful. They're going to teach you how to get started, how to set up your software, everything you need here in the beginning. But again, you do have a lot to go through for the education. So just remember, there's no rush for you to get through these things. Don't feel like you have to do them all at once. The education was created for you to do at your own learning pace. So take your time, and when you're ready to move forward with the charting software, these videos will be here for you. All right, and that's it, guys. That's everything we're going to cover with the charting software today. We're actually done going over everything we'll access from the online university. At this time, I have a few final topics that I want to get into before we wrap up here. The first thing I want to go over is the Facebook page. So MTI does now have a Facebook page. It's a group page that you can join called MTI's Family of Traders. Now the address showing there on the screen, if you type that into your browser, it should redirect you to Facebook. Once you've been rerouted to Facebook, you'll log in, and then it will redirect you to the group page. Now, some of you may already be logged into Facebook. That's pretty common to just have it ready to go. So if you're already logged into Facebook, it's really easy to find as well. All you have to do is at the top of the page, there should be a search box where you would normally go to find people, find friends, find different group pages, whatever it may be. And when you find that search box, you just type in MTI's Family of Traders. That's it. When you find that page, it'll pop right up. And there we go. Sorry, I adjusted the address there for you so it looks a little bit more readable now. Before it was a little odd, but there's the address for you on the screen. Okay, so again, once you get to the group page, you should be seeing on my screen now what will look like the first time you come to it. This is a closed group. What that means is you do have to actually request to become part of the group. Requesting to become part of the group is very easy. You can see there's a green button there that says join. All you have to do is click on that green button and a request will be sent to our admins. It does take a little time because they have to first receive your request and then they have to approve it. But once that's done, you'll be brought right into the page. So if you are on Facebook and you do like the idea of having a more personal platform to connect with everyone outside of the university, this is an awesome way to do just that. People come here all the time to talk about different aspects of the education, including what they're learning. People will talk about their experiences with trading, tips and tricks. You know, you can share your own here. It's just a really awesome way for everyone to connect. All right, and again, if you do need it one more time, I do have the address pulled up for you there on the screen. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about just very briefly is the mobile app. MTI does also have a mobile app that's included in your resources, and it's very, very easy to gain access to. You can put it on pretty much any mobile device that you have. Now, pretty much every mobile device has access to some kind of app store. In the app store, there will be a search box where you can type in what you are looking for. All you have to do is type Market Traders Institute into that search box. It's very easy, that's it, just Market Traders Institute. When you type that into the box, it should automatically come up for you and you'll be able to install it into your device. I would suggest putting this on at least one mobile device that you have. It's just such an awesome, useful tool. There are many things here that will help you out when you begin your education, and of course you'll continue to use them when you begin trading. When you do use the application, don't be afraid to click around in it. Don't be afraid to click on things. You're not going to break it. That's how you're going to learn how to use it. That's how you'll learn everything that's available to you here. You have access to see any upcoming events. You have access to the Chiefs chats. You can access the latest news in the market. You'll be able to get into your education from the application, the community wall. You can see your profile information, read about our analysts, read about our leadership team. Just so many things here. So don't be afraid to go in and click around and find that information. Okay, now the last thing I want to kind of talk about a little bit before we wrap up here is your education order form. This is the contract that was emailed to you by your education specialist. Read through this form. There's a lot of important information here. It's going to pretty much show you everything you need to know about your purchase. The package you bought, price information, and specifically it does go over the satisfaction guarantee. Now this is important, so I'm going to go ahead and go into details with you about the satisfaction guarantee. You can think of this as a full refund policy. If you decide, for whatever reason, you would like a full refund, you do need to request the refund within a specific amount of time outlined you need to request the refund based on specific requirements, including a time frame. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through the things you need to accomplish in order to be eligible. So there's 3 things you need to do on your end in order to be eligible for the refund. You need to attend the 4-hour class, and that is referring to the 4-hour class we found on the Momentum Breakout course page. You need to download the charting software, and you need to connect either a live or demo trading account to the charting software. Okay, so those are the 3 things that you need to do on your end in order to be eligible for the refund. So again, that's attend the 4-hour class, download the Ultimate Charting software, and connect a live or demo trading account to the charting software. Now, if you do those steps and we do not show you 400 pips worth of opportunity over the next 60 days, that's 60 days from the day that you purchased, and you do not see long-term potential with the Momentum Breakout course, then we will give you 100% of your money back. Okay, so all of those things do need to happen in order for you to be eligible for the entire refund. Again, this is laid out for you on the order form, so read that information. If you have questions about what you've read, you are welcome to reach out to your account executive. Each of you have been assigned an account executive. They are going to be your main point of contact and advisor as you move through this education. Once we are done here, I will email you their contact information, so you can absolutely reach out if you need to. They are available Monday through Friday, typically between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I did also go over product support with you. Product support's availability is a bit different. They open at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, and they will remain open the entire week without closing until 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. So for any technical issues with the education, reach out to them anytime during the week, and they will assist you. All right, guys, we've gone over quite a bit of information today. With everything we've covered, you may be wondering what's next. Again, as I mentioned, I will email you your account executive's information. In the same email, I'm going to provide the recording of the orientation, and I'm going to provide a few other tutorials as well so that you can review if you need to. There is one more thing I'm going to include for you in this email. It is your trader profile analysis. Basically what this is a self-evaluation that you can take to find out your trading personality. This analysis has 2 pages. Each page has 2 columns, so essentially there's 4 columns you need to fill out by following the instructions at the top of the page. Once you've completed all 4 columns and you're ready to submit it, there's a section that's going to ask you for your email address. It is very important that you enter the email address we have on your account as the primary email. If you're not sure what that is, basically whatever email address we've been sending emails to is going to be your primary email address we have on your account. The reason that's important is because by putting the correct email address, it's going to link this information to your account here at MTI. Now that's important because that way it's not only going to show you your trading personality, it will also show your account executive your trading personality as well. This will ensure they know how to best assist you as your advisor as you go through this education. So it's a really helpful tool, and I would highly recommend you go through this evaluation so that you can see your trading personality and your account executive can see it as well. And again, I'm going to provide you the link for this in the email I send you once we're done here. So it's not going to be attached to the email. It's actually going to be a link you'll click on that will open up the analysis. You'll fill in the information, and then by providing the primary email address on your account, it will ensure that this information connects to your account here. All right, guys, I do really hope you are excited about getting started. I know that it's a lot of information we've covered today, and I know you've had to take in a lot of details. If you are feeling overwhelmed at all, remember your next steps are very simple. In fact, they're laid out right there for you on the Momentum Breakout course page. Just follow the steps from top to bottom, going through your resources, going through and setting up the automated system in the charting software. Follow the roadmap. You have that there to show you how to go through the lessons if you'd like. Attend the 4-hour class, and then start the live sessions. Also remember that you do have people here who want to make sure you know what to do and you have the help that you need. You have product support if you need assistance with any technical issues, and you have your account executive if you need assistance with any questions you have about the education or questions about what to do next. The vision at Market Traders Institute is to create successful traders of the Forex market. We are looking forward to assisting you each step of the way on your journey to being a successful Forex trader. All right, guys, so at this time, I'm going to conclude today's orientation. I will leave the chat box open a little bit longer, so if you still have questions about what we've covered, or if you still need help with anything, just reach out to me through the chat box and let me know. That way I can follow up with you. And of course, be on the lookout for that email. I'm going to send it as quickly as I can once we are done here. Again, I do want to thank you so much for joining me for today's orientation. I wish you the best of luck with your education and your trading, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.